Ross Castagnetto interviewing Rick Law at the February 2023 Burbank Hollywood Show. So now, what was the first project that you worked on?
I think it was either for Disney, it was either Black Cauldron or Lion King 2. I can never remember which one was first exactly, but that was one of the first ones that I worked on for the covers, so that people remember.
I see. Very nice. What was it like to work on those?
It's wonderful. Working on any of the Disney projects is just a wonderful opportunity to be part of that historic legacy. We're celebrating Disney's 100th anniversary this year, so to be a part of that lineage is quite amazing to me, and to get out and meet people like you.
Thank you. Very nice. What was it that inspired you to become an animator?
Well, I was always drawing since I was little, even when I was in kindergarten. So I've always been drawing ever since I can remember. And I'm not an animator, I'm an illustrator.
I see.
So animators make pictures move, I just illustrate. I make still pictures. So I do the covers and any other kinds of illustrations that they need at the company, or anybody needs. So I've just always been drawing. It's been a passion of mine.
Oh, very nice. So that's what inspired you to become an illustrator?
Yes, probably so. It's just an innate need, so I've always enjoyed that.
Cool. Very nice. Out of all the projects that you've worked on, which one is your favorite?
Well, I get asked that a lot. I have to say that the covers specifically, I can never pick just from a single one, because they're all kind of it's like choosing your own children or something. They're all unique in their own ways. But if I have to be, held down to answer, I say it's probably Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas, because it was the first time I got the chance to work with Mickey, and that's kind of really an honor, I guess, to work at the company and be able to work with him and draw him. So be allowed to work with the head of the company, as we say, the boss.
Oh, very nice. How long does it usually take to work as an illustrator on animated projects and on animated Disney projects?
Well, the covers, we start very early on the covers. We would work before, even sometimes before the movies came out, we would start working on them. So, and there's a big team of people. It's not just me that works on them. It's art directors and marketing and legal, and there's a number of people that are involved in the process and have voices in the process. And so sometimes those can, they've ranged. So like Lion King 2, when I worked on that, literally it was one day that we illustrated it and they went with it. And so, they put me in the room and they said, draw. And I said, okay. And we came up with that whole design in one day. But for other projects, they can noodle with them and go back and forth and do lots of exploration and things, and sometimes it can take four months, so it kind of ranges. And it all depends on what kind of project you're talking about, whether it's a cover or whether it's working on something like Shanghai Disneyland, which is a very big project made up of a lot of different other smaller projects, components, and different teams working on different parts of that. So it kind of depends on the project, but that gives you an outline.
Very nice. And what was it that specifically made you decide to want to work for Disney?
I've always, been a fan of Disney since I was very little. I never necessarily knew that it was going to be the place that I ended up. I was always just working, I started out working in Hollywood even before Disney, and working on commercials and television and other kinds of little things. And then eventually had the opportunity to come to Disney. And so when I came to Disney, that was it was one of my goals always, because when I grew up, it was a time before the internet, so there was few places really for an artist to go that could find a home to draw. And so for me, it was one of few places, and it was Hallmark or maybe go to Disney. And so when the opportunity came and I found myself there, it was like, wow, this is great, it's heaven. So, and I'm just, like I said, it's a privilege to be associated with the legacy and the lineage of these wonderful characters and what Walt created.
Oh, very nice. Well, thank you for allowing me to interview you.
Thank you, Rosser.
Well, thank you for allowing me to interview you.
Yeah, thank you, Rosser. I appreciate being on your show.
Thank you, my pleasure. It's a pleasure to have you on the show, too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So,
well,
take care.
Thank you. You too. Well, there you have it. That was Ross Castagnetto interviewing Rick Law.
Thanks.